Hello everyone, it's Infinity Break, coming at you today with a little bit more, I guess you could say, a theory harkening back to one of my first ever theories on this channel, the Elder Scrolls 6 theme theory. I actually had a theory a while back that the Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall's theme and the Elder Scrolls 6's theme that we got from the teaser trailer back in E3 2018 were extremely similar in the fact that they shared a lot of instruments and horns, and I heard a difference. A lot of people said they heard it, and a lot of people said they didn't. So it was either hit or miss. You could hear it or you couldn't. Today, I have something that I feel like you definitely will be able to hear, because I've actually been listening to a lot of the Blades soundtrack that has come out within the last couple days, and I've been comparing it to the Elder Scrolls 6 theme, and I actually think that we might either be onto something when it comes to story, when it comes to setting, or when it comes to at least knowing who the composer might be. Now again, I've been listening to a little bit of the soundtrack, a couple of the audio cues, the music in the background, when it comes to the Elder Scrolls Blades. I have not been able to play Blades. I have been researching the topic non-stop, but I have not gotten access to Blades. For my own personal reasons, I just haven't been able to get into it. I've been too busy. I tried to access it. It seemed like a little bit too much, and I got caught up in it, and then I just started working on more videos instead. So I have people that are playing Blades though in my inner circle, and they are informing me of a lot of stuff, and in fact Septum, like always, Septum is always here everybody. He's working hard. I love him. He's working his ass off for me. But yes, like always, Septum has brought me more information and gave me a couple more audio cues that I'm going to be playing, specifically one right here. Now this pops up, I believe, when you discover something. Now this is not the only thing. I think Septum gave me a file that was filled with almost all of the audio cues, and I listened to about 90% of them, and I selected a good couple few that sound way too similar to the Elder Scrolls 6 theme that I actually had to immediately start working on this video. I kid you not. As soon as I heard that, like, the first cue, I started recording. Halfway through this recording bit, I have started working on more and heard more, and I am just freaking out right now because I'm like, oh my god, this sounds even more similar. If you guys don't hear this, I don't know what else to tell you, because these are probably composed by the same person that is working on the theme for Elder Scrolls 6 and probably the soundtrack for Elder Scrolls 6 too. But if that's the case, it might just be a coincidence, but we might need to look towards Elder Scrolls Blades to see a couple more hints as to what we might expect from Elder Scrolls 6. Now during this section, I'm going to specifically play some of the audio clips that I heard from Blades soundtrack that I felt were very similar to Elder Scrolls 6. I might let you guys make the comparison here. Alright, now that you guys have listened to that, I'm going to move on to my next couple points. I feel like that's the main part of this video, is those themes and how they are similar, the audio, the soundtrack from Elder Scrolls Blades, and the theme from Elder Scrolls 6 that we got from the teaser trailer, how little that piece is. It's all we got to work with though, so give me a break. But the next part that I think I'm going to mention are two little things that I think could be connecting Blades to Elder Scrolls 6. Now I know Blades is set during the Great War when the Blades were outlawed, I know, actually, it's not set during the Great War. The intro is where you fight the Thalmor agent, but it's actually set not that far after it. It's set somewhere around the Great War, where the Thalmor fought the Empire, but it's set sometime afterwards where the Blades were exiled and were being hunted down by the Thalmor. So, before Skyrim. It's definitely set before Skyrim, which makes me question where Elder Scrolls 6, if it's anything related to Blades, is going to be set timeline-wise. So the first thing I'd like to point out about Elder Scrolls Blades is that the main antagonist of the game appears to be this person named the Bloodfall Queen. Now, I don't know the motivation behind this person. I'm pretty sure their name is revealed. I'll put it up on screen right now if I can figure it out. But I do not know the motivation. I do not know exactly what they are. I assume they're a marauder or a bandit king, or not king, but a queen. They're someone that's like a marauder. They lead a group of bad people, and those bad people are currently trying to pillage the area that you are currently set up in Blades. Now, I'm not entirely sure how powerful this person is, but if you guys know, Bloodfall and Redfall sound very similar in my opinion. And before you guys say Redfall is not going to be the name of Elder Scrolls 6, I want to remind all of you that the author of that book has definitely pointed out that he's willing to work with Bethesda on the name Redfall and letting them use it. And in my opinion, that would be smart, considering the fact that if a game comes out with the name Redfall, don't you think anything else with the name Redfall might become a little popular if that game is very successful? I think so. I definitely think that would be a good move on that guy's part, and it would definitely gain him a lot of reputation within the Elder Scrolls community, considering the fact that he actually is helping out Bethesda in the long run and helping out the community, and making the name and everything a little bit more easy to get across so that they can move on to, you know, working on the game and releasing it. In my opinion, I feel like Redfall, if it's not the name of the game, it will definitely play some, you know, the term Redfall might play into the game some way, shape, or form, because the game's been in development for a while, and they were probably working on Redfall for a while, with it being copyrighted by them for a while. But yeah, so Redfall might play, or the term Redfall, or the name Redfall. In fact, for all I know, for all we know, the term Bloodfall Queen could have originally been Redfall Queen, and they could have changed that at the last minute. So maybe there's actually something related to Redfall with the name Bloodfall, and maybe that might be related to Elder Scrolls 6 in some way, shape, or form. This Bloodfall Queen might stick around, or might be relevant, or their group, or whatever, might remain, and might play a role in Elder Scrolls 6. Especially since the next thing I have to talk about is actually how the location of Blades, even though we don't know the current location of where Blades is set, given how it's very vague on the location of the town that you're currently in, might actually be related to the location of Elder Scrolls 6. So I'm going to show you a screenshot of one of the quests that you can get in Elder Scrolls Blades. It's called To Anvil Keep and Back Again. Now, if you guys know, Anvil is located somewhere within the southwestern corner of Cyrodiil. If I'm not mistaken, I might get west and east mixed up, but the bottom left-hand corner of Cyrodiil. Now, to me, this makes sense, as majority of Thalmor invasion would probably be from the south of Cyrodiil, and actually, Anvil is the closest town within Cyrodiil to the Somerset Isle, so it is the closest place along the waterfront that would actually have to deal with a lot of, I suppose you could say, Thalmor warships and other such invasion strategies. This is probably where you were stationed during the events of Blades, or at least your character before the events of Blades when they were still a member of the Blades. They were probably stationed somewhere around Anvil in order to help defend Anvil, as it would make sense for Anvil to actually be under, you know, protection by a lot of soldiers and elite groups of warriors and such. That would be in hopes to stop or deter any sort of Thalmor invasion of the town, considering how close it was to the enemy's homeland. Now, mind you, it's not just the closest place to the Somerset Isle. Anvil is also along the border of Hammerfell. It's not on the border, but it's pretty dang close to it. My assumption is that the main character of Blades is a person who was stationed at Anvil, specifically a Blades member, who was sent to protect the town of Anvil. When the treaty was signed, and they were still stationed there for some reason, the Thalmor probably went there and hunted them down. The thing is, though, they probably fled from Anvil somewhere along the border of Cyrodiil and Hammerfell. This is why you can still find, you know, Ayleid ruins somewhere along the town that you're currently staying at. It would make sense, as you're not going too deep into the homeland of, you know, Hammerfell, considering that there are different types of ruins and different types of cultures, and it would also make sense considering that your hometown is actually a lot of humans and a lot of mostly imperial looking people, but it also would make sense too much considering that they're kind of close to the Cyrodiilic border. This of course is all just speculation. We have not gotten any confirmation as to where the town in Blades is. We just have an assumption. It's left very vague and up in the air. I'm assuming for the sake of role-playing, you could make up that it's anywhere technically, but obviously if we were to look at it and analyze the little traits of this town, it would make sense that it would be somewhere close to Cyrodiil and possibly around the area of Anvil, at least given by this quest name. This is, of course, like I said, all speculation. None of this is confirmed, but this is just my, of course, speculation. Now, like I said, what does a lot of this have to do with the Elder Scrolls 6? Well, like I said, the Elder Scrolls Blades possibly being somewhere around the border of Hammerfell and Cyrodiil could hint at the idea that we either will be returning to the area around Cyrodiil, or we could be going more inland towards Hammerfell. There has already been a lot of speculation that we were going to Hammerfell. I theorized that we might be going to the Iliac Bay, and with the soundtrack from Blades being very, very similar to the little snippet theme that we got from the Elder Scrolls 6 teaser trailer back at E3 2018, I'm going to assume that we are definitely moving more towards, I'm moving my opinion more towards Hammerfell, just based off of these. I've shown you everything I have. This is the second theme theory I've come up with, and this is just what I could gather. If you guys know anything else, let me know now in the comment section. I will pin any comments that I feel have any information worthwhile. And of course, if you have any information on theories or anything such in the future that you want to share with me, I am happy to share them through my channel and give you full credit for the theory and the idea itself in the title, in the video, and of course in the description. But yes, guys, that was the second theme theory that I've come up with. This has been Infinity Break, reminding you all to say it with me now. Play well, eat well, and of course live well, friends. I hope you guys go out there and strive to break infinity, and I hope you have a nice day, night, evening, wherever and whenever you're at.